Hello and welcome to your global news update for January 28, 2026. From major political shifts in Europe to a massive reshaping of the tech world, a lot is happening, so let's get right into it. We're starting today with a world that really feels like it's in flux. Leaders everywhere are grappling with what one very prominent figure is calling a fundamental rupture in the world order.
So, in a pretty major speech, Scotland's First Minister, John Swinney, he's basically laid out a stark choice for Scotland's future, really tackling this new reality head-on.
He didn't mince words, calling Brexit an unmitigated disaster that's left the UK vulnerable. The First Minister made it clear, for Scotland, security and prosperity now mean rejoining the European Union. He also took a shot at London's defense strategy, pointing out the lack of naval vessels based in Scotland and calling for independent patrols to handle new kinds of threats.
Now, what's really fascinating is that while you see this sort of political fracturing, the complete opposite seems to be happening in the corporate world. We're in the middle of a massive M&A supercycle, and it's all being driven by the race to dominate in AI.
Just look at this number, $2.3 trillion. That's how much M&A deals were worth in 2025 alone. I mean, that's a jaw-dropping 49% jump from the year before. It's just a flood of capital, with companies scrambling to secure their spot in an AI-powered future.
And you know, a huge part of this is being fueled by the tech giants. And Meta is a perfect example. They just dropped their latest financial results, and it really shows you the sheer scale of their ambition. They don't just want to compete in the AI race, they want to win it.
So, the company posted really strong revenue growth, up 24%. But here's the number that really shows their reach. Their family of apps now has 3.58 billion daily active users. That is nearly half the population of the entire planet. Okay, but here's the number that really tells the story. Meta is planning to spend up to $135 billion on capital expenditures in 2026. To put that in perspective, that's more than the GDP of many countries. And almost all of that cash is going into one thing: building out its Meta superintelligence labs. So what's the end game? Well, according to CEO Mark Zuckerberg, the goal is to go way beyond just chatbots. They want to integrate high-level autonomous intelligence directly into consumer products, and they want to do it this year. We're talking about a future where your glasses, your car, your home, they're all powered by this personal superintelligence.
And if you want a perfect picture of just how high the stakes are in this consolidation game, look no further. Right now, there is a massive bidding war going on for Warner Bros. Discovery. You've got Netflix with an $82.7 billion all-cash offer going up against a hostile takeover bid from Paramount that's worth over $108 billion. It's a real battle of titans for control of a legendary studio.
All right, so from the battlegrounds of the corporate world, let's turn our eyes up to the sky. Amidst all this global change, NASA is getting ready for a huge milestone in its mission to send astronauts back to the moon.
The Artemis II mission is about to have its wet dress rehearsal on January 31st. So what is that? Well, it's basically the final, full-scale practice run. They'll fuel up the enormous SLS rocket, run through the entire countdown sequence, and stop just short of ignition. It is the last major hurdle before launch.
Meanwhile, the mission's 4 astronauts are already in their pre-launch quarantine. They're just focusing and getting ready for what will be a historic journey, a flight that's going to take them around the moon farther than any human has been in over 50 years.
So, the big question on everyone's mind is, when can we actually expect to see this thing fly?
Well, NASA is targeting a launch window that opens up on February 6th. But, and this is a big but, everything hinges on this final test going off without a hitch. A lot is riding on it.
Okay, for our last section, we're coming back down to Earth for a quick roundup of some other key stories happening across the continent of Africa. So in London, the high-profile bribery trial for Nigeria's former oil minister is now underway. Over in Kenya, a high court has dismissed compensation claims from victims of the 1998 U.S. embassy bombing. In Sudan, the civil war is getting more intense, with reports of drone attacks shocking several cities. Meanwhile, authorities in Ethiopia have arrested 22 people accused of running a major migrant smuggling ring. And finally, in South Africa, the defense minister has ordered an inquiry into a recent joint naval exercise with Iran.
And that's a quick look at the major global events we're tracking today, from shifting politics to the tech arms race and humanity's next leap into space.
If you found this update useful, please do like and subscribe for more. We really appreciate it. We'll be back with another update in 24 hours.